Hey everybody, it's Sunday and it's almost mid-June when I started doing some cooking demos in end of March. I figured, well, we'd do 3 or 4 of these and we'd start to get back to normal. Not quite there yet, and a lot of people still at home asked me, when are you going to do your next cooking recipe demo? And I thought I'd do this just to keep people occupied, maybe, give you something fun to try. And also a lot of people said, enough with the carbs already, stop with the pasta, stop with the beans, give us some protein. So that's what this is gonna be, and it's gonna be, since it's Sunday, I'm making a Sunday sauce, which Sunday sauce is when you take all the meat that you had that's left over from the week, if you were lucky enough to have meat, put it in with tomatoes, you make a sauce, and then you have pasta with it. So I've got a friend coming and his wife, somebody you know. We'll see whether or not he wants to be on camera. We're going to be socially distancing, probably in about 3 hours, but this is going to sit on the stove for a while and cook. So we're going to get started here in a second, and hope you like it. Hope you try it. Take care. So we've got a saucepan here heated up to high temperature, and we're going to put in some olive oil and going to sear meat. That is a little over a pound of cubed beef, just chopped beef. Whatever is inexpensive, there's about a pound of that. There was a pound of Italian sausage I just put in, and we're searing it over a real high heat. The idea is to lock in the juices so that when they cook, they stay nice and moist. So there's Italian sausage in there, 1 pound, a little over a pound of cubed beef, 1-inch squares. And these are baby back pork ribs. I cut them, it was a rack of ribs and I just cut them into individual ribs. And all that is going to sear in here for 3 or 4 minutes, until they get nice and brown. So the meat is all good and brown here. And now, I'm just going to add some salt and pepper. Now while that cooks, I'm going to add 1 onion. Chop it up rough, because it's going to cook down into nothing. It's going to all melt. So, nice, rough cut onion. And all the smells are starting to really fill up the kitchen here. Because now we got the onion going, we got the salt, we got the pepper, we got the Italian sausage in there, the fennel. You can start to smell all of that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add red wine. I don't know, maybe a cup and a half, something like that. A little more. A little is good, a little more is better. And you just give that some time to cook off. Still on medium-high heat here. I'm on 7. I have an induction range. So it's cooking away. And I just want that wine to lose its alcohol, but keep the flavor. While that does that, I'm going to take a half a can of tomato paste. That's about half. And the thing about tomato paste is you never put it in like that, because that's not good. You mix it up with some water. Make a, make it very liquidy. A little bit more. If this is wetter, more wet than not, it's okay, because this is going to cook for 2 hours and it's all, the moisture is going to wind up going away. Also, the sauce that's left after this all cooks is the pasta sauce. So you're going to take the meat out and then you're going to make pasta and put the sauce over it. And then we have 2 cans, these are 28-ounce cans of whole tomatoes. I use whole tomatoes because they're generally better quality than the crushed ones or the diced ones that you buy. So I got whole ones and I just cut them up. And 2 cans of those maybe just shy of 2 cans. These are 28-ounce cans, so maybe I put in something like 50 ounces, 52 ounces. You kind of eyeball it with the amount of meat that you have in here. Okay, the final thing, big bunch of basil. And basically you just cut it in half like that, put it in. Smells gorgeous. And then it's going to cook for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that, over a sort of a simmer heat. So, you know, medium heat, 5 is what I'm going to put it at. And for 2.5 hours, it'll go like that. Once it's done, we're going to take the meat out and we'll boil some water. We'll make pasta, put the pasta in with the sauce, and you have a pasta dish and you have the meat on the side. That's where we are. So now we're going to wait. So back in the kitchen, about every 20 minutes, I'm going to wind up stirring this pot. Let's take a look and see how it looks. All right, so this has been 2.5 hours. Put the water on in the meantime. Those of you who have been paying attention, you noticed I switched burners. Was over there, is over here. This has been bubbling away. Joanna, cameraman, if you come in and do a little, that's what it looks like. And right now, what we're going to do is put the pasta in. And we're using Di Cecco pasta. We're using fusilli because it's the right shape. It's going to catch all the sauce in these little ridges here. So we have 4 people. I'm going to use a pound of fusilli. This cooks al dente in 11 minutes. 9 minutes, excuse me. So we're going to put it on for 10, a little bit more than al dente. And we will come back, we'll watch this pot, and as soon as that's done, we'll go to the next step. All right, the pasta is done. What we're going to do is we save a cup or so of the water for the pasta because you put it back in after you've drained it. Really important, otherwise it's all dry. That's gotten really nice. We'll hold that off there. And we're going to go here and take the meat and put it in the platter. It's pork ribs and chunks of beef and chunks of sausage. That's it.
Looks amazing.
So there is just enough here. This is the sauce for the pasta. And what we're going to do is take the pasta and put it in the pan we cooked in. like that. And that's it. And the sauce is nice and thick with the fat from the meat. Really delicious. And what we do is we start off, this is going to be my plate because I know what I want. Whoop, forgive my fingers. Romano cheese on the bottom, little pasta on top, little Romano cheese. This is Parmesan. And then pork rib, sausage, some chunks of beef, all of it. You can see the pork is falling off the bone really nicely. And that is dinner. And maybe introduce now our guest for dinner. Pan over to Bill Hers and Gwen Scheuer, his wife.
Very honored to be here
Very
tonight.
honored to be sharing this.
Having
wonderful
dinner.
feast.
These are the first guests that we've had since March, so we can't tell you. We're like kids. We're so excited. Hope you enjoy this. Give it a try. Give me a call. Let me know how you make out.